If you read the title, then you probably already know that this what I eat in a day video is going to be a little bit different because it's going to be what I eat to get over a cold. I'm not currently completely ill, but I'm feeling like, you know, the start of a cold when you're starting to get a little bit stuffed up, your throat's a little bit funny. This is kind of what I eat in a day to stop my colds developing any further. I've never actually made a video like this before because I am rarely ill. I've picked up a lot of little tips and tricks over the years that I always start doing as soon as I feel the slight possibility of a cold coming on, and I really do think that they've helped me to just not get ill frequently in general. So I'm gonna share all of them with you. I'm gonna stop gatekeeping, starting with this. My mum put me on this recently. So now whenever I start feeling a cold coming on, I get these vitamin C and zinc little effervescent tablets. You just dissolve it in water. I think we just get them from a regular supermarket, but they're super handy to have in your cupboard for when you're getting ill. I always like to have it first thing in the morning just to get it out of the way, get my vitamin C dosage for the day. And it actually tastes really good. Just what I remember as well is put my creatine in there because I don't know about you, but I really hate the taste of creatine. So I like to put it in things that have flavor as often as I can. I also don't usually take my creatine first thing in the morning. I take it usually before my workouts, but it really doesn't matter when you take it, like, to get the same effects. I'm actually making a full deep dive video on creatine that I'm going to post next week, so stay tuned for that. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss that video because there's so much confusion around creatine and I just wanted to clear it all up, so stay tuned for that. It kind of tastes like orange squash. And then I always just take these every day anyway, but my morning supplements are an essential multivitamin and then my omega-3s. If you see my morning routine videos, you'll know that I usually just take these when I get up. And also drink a full liter of water every morning as soon as I wake up. Mostly because when you're asleep, you are losing water like through your breath. So you're going to be dehydrated when you wake up, which is one of the reasons why it's super important to rehydrate straight away. Coffee does not count. A lot of people don't realize this, but coffee actually dehydrates you more. So if coffee is the first thing you drink in the morning, then you're doing yourself more harm than good. So water should always be the first thing that you drink. Right now I get all of my supplements and protein powder and everything from Protein Works. And although this video isn't sponsored, if you want to get a discount, you can use code SOPHIER. Hydration becomes even more important when you're ill because I kind of see it like you want to flush your system sort of all of the nasty bugs. But that's probably not proper science. So make sure you're drinking at least 2 to 3 liters of water. I personally aim for 3 to 4 just in general because, like, also when you're taking creatine, you're gonna have to drink more to compensate and everything. So 3 to 4 liters, 2 to 3 depending on the person. Drinks like tea also count and they're really great when you're ill. My go-to is decaf green tea, but I also like chamomile or mint. I've had spearmint, peppermint. A really good one for when you're ill is lemon and ginger tea with some honey, and then you add in some turmeric and cinnamon. It's gonna be soothing because of the honey, you got some vitamin C from the lemon, some anti-inflammatory properties from the ginger, and then some antibacterial properties from the turmeric and cinnamon. So it's really just a nice little combination and something you should try out. If you've seen any of my what I eat in a day videos before, you will know that I always have the same breakfast. That doesn't change when I'm ill just because I don't like having the decision fatigue early in the morning. I need something plain, something straightforward, and this just works. So ideally, yes, you would want some more color in your breakfast. There's a lot of different foods that will be beneficial when you have a cold. And here's a few nutritious breakfast ideas that I share with the coaching clients on my app. But for me personally, I just like to stick to the same thing and then I include some different foods throughout the day. Also, because we're lean bulking at the moment, I do have a calorie goal to hit. So I'm aiming for 2,600 today. On days where I do have a cold, I usually do still try and hit my macros. But if I'm throwing up and I'm really, really ill, then obviously you want to be sensible. But yeah, because I'm not really fully ill at the moment, I am just gonna treat it as a normal day. Really, when you're ill, you just need to listen to your body. Like, if you're okay, keep going. If you're not okay, take a step back, take a rest day. That's completely fine. So for breakfast, I have my egg white oats, decaf green tea, and then a full tub of natural yogurt. This works for me. I love it. I never get bored of it. Some people call me crazy, but what's new there? Breakfast.
2 hours later.
The one thing that I think is an absolute staple whenever I'm starting to feel ill or I'm just not feeling great and want something warm and hearty and homely is homemade chicken soup. However, one thing that I've introduced recently is bone broth. And this little thing here can change the game. For this carton, it's got 25 grams of protein, which is crazy. Like, you wouldn't think you'd be able to drink protein like that unless it was a protein shake, but bone broth is really good because it's packed full of different nutrients, it's anti-inflammatory, it's got so many good properties that are gonna help you recover faster from a cold. And it's perfect to put in soups. I usually get the chicken bone broth, but I got one of each this time and I've already used the chicken one, so we're gonna use the beef one. I'm gonna make some noodle soup. I've also got these instant bone broth sachets, so it's like a powder and you just put it in a mug, kind of like cup of soup sort of vibes, so you can make a nice warm hearty soup, but you don't have to have the whole carton of liquid. Whenever I get bone broth, I always get it from Freya. I just found that it's a really good brand. I've been having it since last year, 2 years ago now. I'll put a link to these in the description if you want to try them out, and if you have tried bone broth before, let me know your recipes. I've only really used it in soups or just drinking it warm. Don't drink it cold. I tried it the other day and it's actually disgusting. So drink it warm, but yeah, let me know your recipes because I'm always looking for new recipes. But one hack that I found, right, this is gonna blow you away. If you want to up the protein in just your regular meals, you can cook rice in bone broth, or you can cook noodles or quinoa. Basically any grains that you cook with water, cook it with bone broth, and that is gonna up the protein, it's gonna up the flavor. It's just a really good hack if you're someone who struggles to get their protein in. But soups are always a go-to when I'm ill, so let's make some lunch. I'm about to go to the gym because it's leg day today, and like I said earlier, I'm not like full of the cold, it's just the very start beginning bits, so we're gonna go look in. I actually feel fine. I don't think I'm gonna film at the gym though because this is a what I eat in a day, not a what I work out in a day. But that soup was exactly what I needed. I kid you not, it was actually, I've never made that recipe before, and trying to cook an egg like that in the microwave, who knew you could do that? But yeah, if you do have a cold, don't feel like you have to work out. Listen to your body. That is going to be the most important thing. If you feel like you need a rest day, take that extra rest day because that's going to help you get over your cold faster. But for me, I'm feeling good, so I'm going to head to the gym and train some legs. See you at dinner. Okay, so technically I didn't film at the gym. A friend filmed this for me, but I got a squat PR. I've never touched the red plates in my life, so we unlocked the red plates. And can't you see that grind? That is such a grind. And this is just your little reminder that if you never try and lift the weight, then you will never know if you can. But yeah, that was the highlight of this workout. Now dinner. Another thing that is super important if you are trying to recover from a cold is obviously sleep. You knew it was coming. I'll share the full calorie and macro breakdown for the day in a sec, but God reminded me of this thing in the gym, right? I was mid-squat. No, I was about to start my squat, the top set, the PR. I can't believe that I actually did the red place. I've never lifted that weight in my life. Insane. I guess that's what happens when you hit a PR. But anyway, I was about to start my set and I was like, God, please give me strength because I don't have this in my own. I've kind of had a bit of a rough day. Like this morning, I was just getting a bit stressed about things, and by the time I was walking in the gym, my head just wasn't really in it. But I put on my gym playlist, it's got loads of hype Christian gym songs, and that just really helped me shift my mindset off of the things that I had been worried about and onto Jesus, and really just realigning with him as I stepped into that workout. It took so much of the pressure off. Don't get me wrong, it did take like a little while for me to get into that and just kind of forget about everything I was worried about previously. But God really reminded me that my strength comes from Jesus, and I don't have any of that on my own. If I tried to struggle through that on my own, that workout would not have been as good as it was. But giving all of those worries to Jesus, just asking him to take that pressure off me and give me strength to focus on that session and give it my all, that is what made the difference. And other people will think different things, but for me, whenever I pray before my workouts or pray before a really intense set, God really helps me to achieve more than I ever thought I could do on my own. I was also reading this morning actually in the book of Matthew, and Jesus is talking and he says that faith as small as a mustard seed can move mountains. So you don't need massive amounts of faith. You can come with your broken pieces and give those to Jesus, and he will still meet you where you're at and shine a light in those places even when you think you're in the pitch black. Those exact situations are going to be different for different people, but it can even just be little moments throughout the day. You can still invite Jesus in and he will come and meet you where you're at. As Christians, our God's not a God who's far away. He is right here with us, and that is so encouraging because you've got the Holy Spirit in you, Jesus is with you, and he is walking with you throughout your entire life. So give things to him, chat to him, and yeah, it's just really cool to see how he moves and how much he cares. Because even after the squat PR in this workout, I got a little chance to just chat to a couple of people in the gym. I don't know if this comes across much in my content, but I am very much an introvert. I do find it hard to start conversations in the gym. I'm a little bit awkward, but 2 people chatted to me and it was just so lovely. God really does hear our prayers, and he knew exactly what I needed today when I wasn't quite feeling 100%, and he just gave me those lovely little nudges to show me that he sees me and he does care, and he cares so much about you as well. So just wanted to leave you with that little bit of encouragement. But here's the full macros for today. If you do have a cold right now, I hope you feel better soon, and YouTube thinks that you'll like this video next. If it's late, go to bed, prioritize your sleep, but if not, subscribe. I love you so much, and I'll see you there. Bye.